We have some pretty important due diligence lessons on auditing links. And I find, because it's usually a site will have a lot of links, it's a lot of effort throughout the due diligence to really understand the backlink profile, to get a good assessment on how quality it is versus non-quality. And more often than not, we find a lot of the sites we look at that they just don't have the best backlink profile. But there are some options, right? There are some options to go away and do some things once you have bought a site that it has an okay backlink profile, but you want to clean it up. What are some of those options? I know some of those options myself personally, but I just want to hear what you would be doing if you, or what you would be advising somebody if they wanted to clean up a backlink profile.
Mm-hmm. So one thing that I would advise them is not to look at only one source of the information about backlinks. Okay, so if you rely on Ahrefs and you only want to perform the backlink analysis using Ahrefs and Ahrefs only, then I would say this isn't enough. Okay. Basically, the more tools you have at your disposal, the better and more comprehensive image of the site's link profile you will have, right? Obviously, Google Search Console, if you have access to it, or the current owner of the site can give you access to Google Search Console, which I think I'm not sure how it works with the sellers, but if I was buying a website, I would always push to get Google Search Console access.
We do,
because you can see a lot of stuff there.
We do try our best to get Google Search Console access, but it's pretty norm for sellers to not give Google Search Console access. But are you saying look at both different, like you could use Ahrefs and SEMrush, and are you saying this because the data is a guesstimation, is an estimation from that? The reason I ask that is because a lot of people do due diligence and they look at keywords and look at like traffic volume and stuff on Ahrefs, and I'm like, guys, you don't get it. Like, that's an estimation and it's not completely accurate, whereas Google Analytics is far more accurate. So are you saying look at the links based on multiple tools because of that, the guesstimation between those tools?
Well, not necessarily, or not only. Okay, obviously, when it comes to links, you need a lot of sources, because only Google and Google itself knows all the links that they've seen point at your website. Okay, they don't show all the links that they know of in Google Search Console. So this is another reason not to over-rely or only rely on Google Search Console on its own as well. But basically, the more tools you have, the bigger picture you get. Okay, I think there's been a blog post recently where a guy tested however many domains in all of these tools, and the differences were pretty significant. Okay, I think Ahrefs came up as the most accurate one, considering the link profile that he had full control of or something. But nonetheless, both SEMrush, and I think he used Majestic. They all had some additional links, that Ahrefs hasn't seen. Okay, so the more data sources you use, the more comprehensive the image you get, and obviously you don't really want to miss. You don't want to get into a situation where, let's say, you've analyzed for the sake of it 80% of the link profile of the website, and the worst rubbish is in the remaining 20%, and this is something that can bite you on the back later down the line, right? So more tools, better picture, bigger picture, and you're going to be safer.